Hello and welcome to Just Us Thinking. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Rebecca.
And I'm your AV guy, Mikey.
We did it.
We did. We got through our introductions.
Yeah.
Only took us, 30 minutes?
11 takes, and we got through our intro.
Yep.
So that's good.
That is, we're doing better.
Yeah, that's progress at this point.
Yeah.
Now we're still in our new studio.
Yes, we are.
And white background, but we're going to work on that, I guess. Lighting might be a little off where I have lighting coming on Saturday.
Okay.
But I didn't want to wait till Saturday to record because we're already behind.
Yeah.
And we took a long enough break, so.
Okay. No more breaks.
No breaks. Do we even name this episode?
We did. It's called No Love for Healthcare.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, this episode.
So, it's a little bit after the fact, but so last week, there was an incident in New York City with the United Healthcare CEO.
Brian Thompson, right?
Yep. And this is just, it's so strange. I mean, it's just, I can't believe, well, I mean, I guess I can believe it, but I can't believe someone got pushed to that limit, you know?
So, and just to clarify, as we're recording this show, this just happened this week.
Yep.
I mean, it's a day or two old.
Well, no, it happened today.
No, it didn't. It happened yesterday.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was today.
Nope. He was, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Wednesday. Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
Okay, my bad.
It's Thursday. We're recording.
Okay.
By the time this episode comes out, it'll be almost a week old.
Tuesday, yeah.
Okay. So he got gunned down on the way to an investor meeting.
Yep.
Wow.
I know. It's just, I mean, you hear about crazy stories out of New York City all the time, but this one it's like
6:45, almost 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
New York is a very busy town.
Oh, yeah.
So this isn't something that it wasn't 2 o'clock in the morning.
No.
It was
planned.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, because that's like rush hour where everybody's getting to work, so.
Obviously, the shooter knew who he was targeting.
Oh, yeah. He definitely knew. Because, I mean, there was several people that passed him and he didn't shoot them.
Right. And in fact, if you go back and watch the video, he's shooting the CEO. He's shooting at Brian. And there's, I think it's a girl.
Yeah, I
couldn't really tell. But there was someone there. He cared less about that person.
Yeah.
There was he didn't care that she was a witness or anything.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering if they, what that person has to say too.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're going to keep that under wraps for quite some time probably, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Should be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah. So now the manhunt is currently underway. So by the time you watch this, they may catch the guy. They may not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now he had a silencer.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't have a silencer.
No.
I know of one or two people that I know in my circle that I think has a silencer.
Okay.
But it's not like you and your buddies have a bunch of silencers out there.
Right. I mean, it's just
and I'm going to tell you, if you think that because this guy had a silencer that it was all quiet, a silencer doesn't do that. A silencer isn't truly silent. A silencer is originally designed because when you shoot a firearm, it can be over 140 decibels.
Oh, wow.
And 140 decibels is where the pain sensor for hearing causes problems. So having a silencer realistically lowers the volume to a safer level so anybody around doesn't actually have or doesn't get much hearing loss.
Okay. So how does that compare to when you go to the range and you have your ears on?
Generally ears, ear protection. Generally that lowers your that actually does a lot.
Okay.
That lowers it quite a bit more than a silencer.
Oh, okay.
So when you combine if you combine the earplugs,
Mm-hmm.
the headphones or the ear protection outside, and a silencer or a suppressor, that lowers the range quite a bit where you're not going to have hearing loss.
Oh, okay.
That's really what it comes down to. It's not a super secret. It just lowers the volume a little
Okay.
bit, and it's not. It like lowers it down to.
So the movies don't like make it quieter than it really
Oh
is.
yeah, the
Okay.
movies are full of shit.
Yeah.
You're not going to put a silencer on and then you think that you're going to walk into a room and cap someone in bed and their spouse is going to sleep through it.
Okay.
That's not unless
That
unless they're a really heavy sleeper.
Okay.
And even then, I don't think that could happen.
Okay.
It doesn't lower it like that. So, to me, I will tell you, it almost, and I hate to say this, he had to. It was either really bad ammo because it looked like it jammed.
Yeah, they were saying that on the news where it was jammed and he had to clear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't know if it was the ammo. I don't know if it was a type. I don't know if it was a silencer. I don't know what was causing the jam.
Or user error.
It very well could have been a 3D printed gun.
Oh, okay.
That maybe most of you can get a barrel, you can get parts of a gun, and then you get 3D print the rest.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
So I don't know. It very well could be. I would like to see it. I was told it was an unusual gun,
Okay.
and apparently it was a 9mm.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know. It just kind of seems crazy how calm, cool, and collected the guy was.
Oh, yeah.
Almost scary.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in a shoot. He's shooting somebody. Gun jams. He's like, "Yep, let me just clear this.
Wow.
No big deal." So I don't. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
So now this was Brian Thompson. He was the CEO of United Healthcare.
Correct.
I think he's been with the company for a while.
Yeah, I heard it was a really long time. So
Yeah, so it's not anything that was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean he's been there for a while. What do you think? I mean, I here we don't condone shooting or doing anything of what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it because it's one of those things where you like, what led this person to do something like that, And
Yeah.
like, yeah, just it's
Right.
out of my realm. I don't know like what to like think about it or.
Now Brian had kids. He was, I'm going to gather a wife.
Yeah, he had a
kids.
wife and kids.
There you
Yeah.
go. I don't think that when you almost have to, if you're going to do what this guy did, you almost have to dehumanize them, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. Now he got away. I mean,
Yeah.
no one bothered to stop him. No one did
Yeah.
anything. Now,
Well, it didn't look like the street was overly busy, even though it was 6:46 in the morning.
cars stopped for him to cross the street.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't
There
see
were
that one.
cars there, and I don't know. I mean, if you were in that car and you saw him just gun someone down and pull up, I'd have ran his ass over.
Yeah.
I mean,
That would have been.
there he is. We caught him.
Yeah.
He's under my front tire. Trapped. Can't go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I just crazy.
It is crazy. Now, here's what I don't understand. This CEO makes $10 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where the hell was his security?
Right. I mean,
I know that they say he has he was living a low profile, but how low profile can you live making $10 million a year?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've worked with CEOs and I don't think they had security.
well, here's the thing. Did you not see security or they didn't have security? And did you work with a CEO of a huge medical company?
No. So,
So,
yeah, it was definitely a different kind, but it's yeah. You got to think, didn't he didn't have anybody
yeah.
with him or
I don't know if I would, if I was at that level and making that much money, what's the,
be a little paranoid.
paranoid would have,
Yeah.
might have saved his life.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you laugh at those people that are paranoid. Like, oh, they have security all over the place. God, it's not that bad, is it?
No.
I don't know. Just it's almost stupid crazy that it happened.
Yeah.
So,
you hear about things like happening like that in the middle of the night,
yeah.
and maybe like in a back alley, but not in front of a hotel like that.
Right.
And not like any, not a skanky hotel either.
That was a Hilton.
Yeah.
It was in front of a Hilton.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Paris probably blew someone in front of that in that hotel.
That's horrible, Michael.
She
probably true, but horrible.
She probably had better security than him.
Oh yeah.
So why does she have better security than him?
Who knows?
That just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
If you're making that kind of money, pony up a little bit for the security.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just now.
So it should also be interesting to see what happens with like the healthcare too.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't even.
Which in this a lot of people aren't happy in this country with our healthcare, and
so I think what it comes down to is this. This is United Healthcare.
mm-hmm.
They deny more claims than any other insurer.
Wow.
Okay, they refused an estimated 1/3 of claims submitted, and they have like 50 million customers. Now, I thought it was kind of interesting and I have a little bit of it up.
Okay.
There's a lot of doctors and I guess some of those places, some of the medical facilities that weren't happy with United Healthcare.
Okay.
They kept feeling that they got shortchanged, and they were actually filing lawsuits against the company. So, I guess what it comes down to is healthcare, and if you're watching from another country, the U.S. is very unique with our healthcare.
Okay.
It's for profit. So these companies make billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Basically denying claims for everybody.
Right.
So part of me says I don't think healthcare should be a profit business.
Yeah.
I
agree.
get you. Now, don't get me wrong. I think people need to make money.
Right.
And I'm all for making money. But this,
not like that though.
Him himself was making $10 million. Okay?
That's crazy.
That is an obscene amount. So if he's been there for 10 years, he's made $100 million.
Wow.
And I think he was there since like 2004.
Oh, okay.
If I remember right. I may be wrong, but I thought he was there for quite a while. So 20 years. That's $200 million.
Wow.
Now that's saying that he makes $10 million.
Yeah.
He may have not started making that, but
I hope he didn't start making that.
That's crazy.
I'd be like, I'm in the wrong line of work.
No shit. I think there's something seriously broken with our healthcare here in America.
Mm-hmm.
And you've had the same. you're no longer with the company you're with.
Right.
You're today was your last day.
It was.
So now you were trying to get something done, and it wasn't like outrageous
No.
to get done.
No.
It was a simple procedure.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like it was $1 million procedure.
Right. It wasn't experimental. It wasn't something that was going to put me in the hospital for days. I mean, I was in and out in a couple hours.
Right.
I mean,
And they fought you on it.
yeah. Yeah. It wasn't covered, and they had to like go and get it covered.
Special approval,
Yeah.
and you had to jump through all these hoops.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that to people, you're gonna piss people off.
Yeah. It's one of those things though, like, and this is not an excuse, but you kind of get what you pay for, you know?
Well,
And that was one of the things that, you know, I was like, I want better healthcare, you know? I'm like, I want better health coverage so I can get these procedures without having to, you know, go through all these hoops.
What is better healthcare? Because this is the top medical insurer. But they deny 1/3 of all claims.
Yeah.
So
but
what's
it doesn't
better?
say if those claims are, I mean, some of those claims could be elective though.
That's true.
So, I mean, it's just
The problem,
sad.
The problem that you run into is the reality is you started looking for a new job because of healthcare.
Right.
Because the healthcare sucked.
Mm-hmm.
You basically flat out told them, hey, the healthcare sucks.
Yeah.
And then you look at this, you know, United Healthcare that they're denying all these claims. How many? I mean, did they declare, you know, the wrong, you know, decide, hey, we declare this not something we're going to cover?
Yeah.
And then someone's family got kind of pissed.
Someone's family got really mad. So
I would assume you can't push people. Here's the problem, and especially other medical providers, insurance companies, people out there. You got to understand that people can only be pushed so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, we here in the U.S. we've had a Revolutionary War that was the start of that, right?
Yeah.
And then we've had a civil war for that. Look at the war in Ukraine and Russia going on. It was to the point where people just had enough of what was going on, or
And
didn't like it, and they
their...
just said, you know what, screw it.
Yeah, took matters into their own hands.
Israel's going through it now too.
Mm-hmm.
So wars are fought because people have had enough, and they finally decide to stand up and either overthrow whatever it is.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't the beginning of this kind of happening, but if I were a CEO in today's climate, I don't know. I might have to say, are we doing the right thing here? Because if I don't do the right thing and I piss off the wrong kind of people,
are they going to come after me?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's one of those things that these companies just need to sit back and, like you said, take a look at what they're doing and if they think it's right, you know.
And I hate to say it, but I don't think you should profit on this kind of deal when people are in pain, hurting, or dying.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, and that's one of the things that comes up here, you know, like assisted suicide in the U.S.
Right.
Where it's like legal in some state. I think it's still legal in some states.
Some states it's tolerated. I don't know if it's legal or
I think there's a very few, like you could probably count them on your hand. But I mean, it's one of those things that we talk about, you know, not making a person suffer, you know, like why can't, you know, and we talk about it all the time. We put our animals down if they're sick or, you know, if they have something wrong. Why can't we do it for ourselves?
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy the way that goes through. And you got to understand, what would cause someone to get to the point where this guy was?
Yeah.
That he's like, you know what? Because the reality is, if you're caught, your life's over.
Right.
You're going away. And I tell you, this is why you don't piss off old people.
Okay.
Life in jail
Right.
isn't a deterrent when you have, so when you're young. Yeah, I don't want life in prison because 20 years is a long time.
Right.
But 20 years when I have a few years left, not so scary anymore.
No.
And I get free meals, hot and cot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy the way it goes. So, now,
well, I mean, I hope they find him. And I mean, not just to bring him to justice, but just to kind of figure out like what led him to that. I mean,
the problem is he is now looked upon as almost a Robin Hood.
Yeah.
And that's where Robin Hood, he steals from the rich and gives to the poor.
Right.
He's still a thief.
Yeah.
Okay. He's still stealing that's something that doesn't belong to him.
Right.
And give it to someone else. Just like that bitch Glinda from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
She stole slippers from one of the witches that should have been was a family heirloom.
Right. I thought it was a family heirloom.
Yep, those were the mother's shoes.
Okay.
And then one of the daughters got them.
Okay.
And then when that daughter died, they should have gone to the other daughter.
Right.
But no, Glenda gave them to some perfectly strange.
Oh,
Basically, Dorothy came in there, killed her, took the properties, and Glenda said, "Yeah, that's fine. You keep what you kill here. Apparently, that's the motto of Oz."
Okay.
And then she just lied to Dorothy and said, "Hey, yeah, go the Yellow Brick Road, and I'm sure if you run into the other witch, you could kill her too." And then eventually go talk to that charlatan in Oz. I'm serious. Glenda is the evil person in there, and I want to say that's how Brian is being portrayed, as he's the evil person because he's the evil CEO of a healthcare that denies people and laughs at people with cancer. That's the way he's getting that villainous attitude in this Robin Hood. I don't think it's. I mean, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. So, I almost hope he doesn't get caught.
Oh, okay.
I almost hope he doesn't get caught. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that as well.
Okay.
But if he's been drawn, if he was pushed to that level to do that, obviously something bad happened.
Yeah. And I mean, I agree with you. He was pushed to a point, but I disagree with you. I think he should be caught. I think he should. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, they always say two wrongs don't make a right.
Well, that's true, but sometimes sometimes you have to push back.
Yeah.
Especially when you think the system is rigged against you. And I'm going to ask everybody out there, and I'm going to ask you too. Imagine, put yourself in a situation where maybe you had this company, or whatever company you have, you were denied coverage because your wife, spouse, kid needed a procedure. It was out of network. It was out of whatever. It was experimental, but it could possibly save their life. They denied it. He died. You had to watch that person die, and then the CEO walks in. You're telling me you wouldn't take a shot at him? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not going to say it's right, and I would say nobody should do that. But could you? I'm going to deck the guy. I'm going to knock him the fuck out.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to go off and kill him, but I mean, I would probably have some choice words to say to him.
Grief does some crazy shit to you.
Yeah.
Especially when you are looking for answers.
Yeah.
And if it was a kid or a wife or a mother or a father, and it's crazy. So
Yeah.
now I think that's our show.
Okay.
I think that's a good place to leave it. Mikey, are we good on time?
Yeah, we are at 25.
Oh, that's good. We're good.
So we're right there.
All right. We're going to go more in the after show.
Okay.
But in the meantime, make sure you like us, follow us on Facebook,
Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
and TikTok and X.
Yep.
Yep. And then we're also on like Rumble and
Rumble, YouTube.
pretty much any podcast player.
And every podcast player, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all the good ones.
Yep.
So,
well, and don't we have a special announcement too?
do we?
We do. We got to thank our sponsor.
Oh yeah, we actually have a sponsor lined up. We're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
There's still some paperwork doing, but we have a sponsor coming on board, so that's gonna be
can't
plus.
wait.
I know it's gonna be awesome. It will be awesome.
Yes.
But the after show is gonna get a little crazy.
Okay.
So the after show is gonna be where this is at. So
Okay.
make sure you turn over to the after show, and we'll see you on that side.
All right. Bye, everybody.